The holidays might be over, but my stock of my cranberry poppy is not. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. That's nice.
What up, y'all? Welcome back. For this week's video, I wanted to do my book recap, but we'll do like a few updates on top of this year's ins and outs, which I didn't do last year, and I honestly don't even remember what my goals, what do you call them? I don't even remember what they're called. Resolutions. This year's resolutions. So I thought this year, instead of doing a ton of resolutions and like things that I'm like, oh, change this, change that, it started becoming popular. I think it was last year, maybe it was the year before, where everyone started doing like ins and outs, which I like better because holding myself to a resolution just seems like a big feat. And honestly, I forget it after like the first 2 weeks. So I decided to just pick a word that would be like my word for this year. And that word is going to be consistency. So that's my big in, consistency. And I'm talking like in everything. Like I even wrote it down because I'm going to stick it to my computer so that way I don't forget. It's right in front of my face every day. Every day. Consistency in overall life, posting, which is like all my content creation, streaming, vlogs, etc., going to the gym and reading, which reading, I feel like I don't really need to be consistent at that because I kind of pick it up whenever I don't want to do something else, which is fair. Another in, intentionally saving. I'm really bad at that. So intentionally saving. Time blocking, which I do and I started to do more often, but now that I've set like alerts on my phone, it's easier for my calendar to be like, hey, do this, hey, do this. Also, my AirPods, whenever they're in, if I get the notification on my watch, it'll announce it. I really hate that. I only managed to change it for text messages, but I didn't realize that I have to go through in each of the places that I get notifications and change it, which is so stupid. That is the worst update. That's almost as bad as like the photo update on if you've updated your iPhone, if you have an iPhone, and you got the new photo update, it's pretty much just as bad as that, except it's all the time. Super irritating. Yeah, and then like other stuff is just like journaling and then drinking more water, which on the journaling aspect, I did write down, and I'm not done yet, but I made like a quick list, and I'm going to go on Canva and print out a little thing and make myself a little binder. So every Sunday I can journal and also check off everything that I was consistent with that week, whether it's like streaming, posting, going to the gym, taking time for myself, drinking more water, posting on here, that type of thing. So that way I can like go through and see what my challenges were that week if I didn't do it or if I didn't reach all of the goals that I wanted. And that way, if I did, I can just like give myself a little congratulatory something. I don't know. Buy a new book. Not every week, I guess, but something along those lines. My main outs, using social media first thing in the morning. I have been a lot better with this because usually when I wake up, I'll like turn on my podcast while I'm like waking up and making coffee, which has been super beneficial because although, yes, I do post and say like good morning, it's not literally right when I first wake up. Usually it's probably after I've either had a cup of coffee or I've like cleaned a little bit, decluttered, and like started my day, because I did notice the amount of times that I would just open up my phone instantly when I woke up in the morning. It kind of threw my whole day off because I would get so already deep into like content or deep into like doom scrolling, whatever it may be. It was not beneficial for me. So it has helped me a lot clear my mind in the morning to not look at my phone right away, which has been super helpful. Another out, negative self-talk. I have gotten a lot better at this. And with the things like this, like sometimes it sucks because people don't see the amount of growth that you've done with certain things like this, especially anything that like goes along with mental health. So it's hard to feel like you've done a lot of work because it's not something that can be measured. Like, it's not like at work where you're like, I completed 3 projects in the last like 2 months. Yes, and that's great. But mental health is like, oh, I did really good for 2 weeks, kind of did bad for 3 days, but now I'm better again. It's very frustrating. But I've been getting better at that, at negative self-talk, which is something that is very, very hard for me. Very, very hard for me. But that's okay. Along with that, saying yes when you mean no. There are so many events and things that I would go to last year with my family, with other people, I just said yes because I would feel bad about them, which is stupid. Because if I genuinely don't want to go and it's not something that I'm going to enjoy, why would I go? And why would I bring down everybody else's mood if I'm like in a mood that's like bringing down the energy of not wanting to be there? Doesn't make sense. Usually I'm pretty good with it. Maybe it's just been the last couple of years that, I don't know. It fluctuates, I would say. So maybe I can't say that I've been pretty good with it because it definitely fluctuates. Not ideal. But this, I mean, honestly, this is probably going to be a very short video. I really just want to do ins and outs and then encourage you guys to do ins and outs as well. Maybe it'll help with the whole like big resolution, like I have to lose, like, I don't know. I feel like overcommitting is why most people don't get their resolutions done the way they want to, because there's so much pressure on like, you need a resolution. What's your resolution this year? What's blah, blah, blah. So just pick a word, like my word is consistency, and then use that word every single day. How can you be more consistent every single day? It doesn't have to be that word, but like something, just anything that you think that works for your avenue of daily life, put that together and then use that and see how it helps, how it changes. I'm excited to see how it changes. Like I said, I'm going to start journaling more once I put this, which I'm going to do today, into my Canva and print out a little Sunday, like weekly journal. I think it'll help a lot. I do really like journaling. I always liked how I felt after journaling. I used to write like a ton, which I just started getting back into in those last like few months. And I do miss it. I do love it. So I think that'll be very helpful. On top of that, other random updates. Our cruise is in like 3 weeks. Super excited. I'm interested to see how I'll like it. So I've never been on one. Kind of nervous. A little bit. Because if we're being honest, one of my irrational but rational fears, even though we might not be in those like waters, I'm scared of pirates. I'm also scared of everything in the ocean. Normally when I go to a beach, I don't go that far. Okay? That stresses me out a lot. It freaks me out, if we're being honest. But other than that, I'm super excited to go. I've been tanning, which is probably why I look a little red. Because I guarantee I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna get burnt, and I don't want to deal with that. So I've been trying to like build up a little base layer before we go, because yikes, worst thing to do is like come back and be or get burnt on the first day and be in just so much pain. I also, you can't tell now because I did put a little bit of makeup on. I dyed my eyelashes for the first time. I love it. It was very different. It was hard because my eyelashes are like so blonde that I couldn't see my lashes when I was dyeing them. So now when I go and do it again in a couple weeks, I'll be able to like see them because the black like actually stayed. So I'll be able to see them. I did my eyebrows as well. Next time I won't be using black on my eyebrows. It didn't look bad because I literally only left it on for like not even 2 minutes, but that shit was strong. Like it was pigmented. So I'll be using brown next time for my eyebrows. The black on my eyelashes I really liked, but I think next I'm going to be trying a lash lift kit. But I am going to get one of those like lifting kits so that way they like actually stay up, because although my lashes are long and like they're not super thick, but they're nice, it would be better, because the whole reason I did it is so that I don't have to put mascara on every day. And I know I don't have to, but like I like to. So it'll help me not wear a ton of makeup every day, which is I want my skin to be better and like not to be using so much makeup all the time. Because sometimes, let's be honest, I leave it on and then I don't clean my face the way that I should, so it just gets bad and then I break out. So me not doing that will be helpful. It will be super helpful. There's more I want to talk to you about. I pre-ordered Onyx Storm, which is the third book in the Empyrean. Is it the Empyrean series? For Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. Onyx Storm comes out on the 21st. I signed up for the midnight release party because I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone and do things that I wouldn't normally do and like meet more people and branch out more, which I'm not great at. So I figured that would be a very good starting point for me, and I'm super excited. I've never done something like that. I used to go to like midnight release for video games when like GameStop had it for my brother, but that was like something he was excited about, not something that like I was crazy excited about. So I'm excited that it's something that I am really enjoying and everyone else around me is gonna like geek out about it. And there's like games and stuff that I don't know. I've never been to something like that, so we'll see. But so I got the pre-order of the book, which means I canceled my one on Amazon because I thought that it was going to be a different, like I thought it was going to be a Barnes & Noble exclusive instead of like just the normal deluxe, but it's not. The one from Amazon and the one that you get at the Barnes & Noble release are both just the deluxe edition. Then there is the Target edition, which I'm also going to try and go get if we're being honest, because that one has a colored map and colored like illustrations throughout it. And I really, 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 really want that. So I'm going to end up getting both. I'm going to try for the one at Target. I really am. I feel like I'm nervous for that. For people to be like, I feel like people are going to be insane. Like, I feel like it's worse. Maybe not as bad as like a Stanley Cup release. I feel like that shit's nuts. I've never been to one of those, but like when you see something like that on the news, it's fucking insane. So that's crazy. But I am going to try so freaking hard to get this book for the Target exclusive. I'm going to try. I have a couple Targets by me. I was thinking about trying the one that's like not as popular because they usually have stuff, but then I get scared that like because it's not popular, they might not have it at all, and then I would have wasted my time going to that one instead of the more popular one. That stresses me out a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know. I do have more book updates, and I'm going to be doing a like read with me type vlog for Onyx Storm and going through like certain chapters and making that like a little video. I feel like that'd be really fun. I wanted to do that and I started doing it for Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, but I don't know. It just didn't turn out how I wanted it to. So I'm going to be starting the first one, I guess, being Onyx Storm as like a little reading vlog. And then we're going to see how that goes. I just had a random thought. I just had a random thought and I didn't want to forget it, so I had to write it down. For like my book type videos. That's really it. It's just kind of a short and sweet video. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. I hope you have a good week, and I will see y'all later.
Yeah.